I'm Hannah.
And I'm Natalie. Welcome to the Stride Sisters podcast. On today's episode, we're letting our imaginations run wild. Literally. We're talking about the Disney worlds that we'd love to run through. Would we wind our way through the 100 Acre Wood with Pooh and Piglet cheering us on? Dash past the lanterns in Corona with Rapunzel? Or maybe race through the icy mountains of Arendelle? Okay, LOL, no. Not going to run in the ice, but you get the picture. We're picking our dream running locations and running with it. So, lace up your shoes and step into the magic with us.
All right, talk about some chaos.
New
We're back
level
at it
chaos.
again. Back at it without a plan, kind of.
In terms of a plan, there is no plan.
Look, last time we brought you all the chaos. Everyone loved it. At least that's what we heard from everyone who said so. And we are kind of on a time crunch. Natalie's been sick and it's Monday night. So you're not hearing us from that far in the past. And we really don't want you to go without a pod. So we hope you like this.
Again, hate mail can be assigned. Don't forget the apostrophe in O'Malley if you're going to send it my way.
Yeah. Natalie, do you want to tell them, like, at least sort of how we came up with this idea?
So this is a Mr. Natalie special. And so take that as you will. I called Mr. Natalie on my way home from work today. And before I started ranting and raving about work, he brought up this topic of, have you guys ever discussed like what good worlds, lands of Disney you would like to run through? I was like, well, we run through all the parks in the marathon. He's like, no, not like that. Like the 100 Acre Wood or Agrabah or like different areas like that. I was like, oh, no. I was like, that's a good one. I was like, can we nominate some of the worst ones too? He's like, yeah, you could. So that's where we're at. So thank Mr. Natalie if you enjoy it. Not that, we say Mr. Natalie's first name, but just say, thanks, Mr. Natalie. And like Dora the Explorer, he will hear you.
He's like Santa. He knows.
True.
Okie dokie. So let's start with training. You've been sick, so I imagine, you've been resting, hopefully.
Yeah. I spent, I think, maybe 5 hours out of my bed and like awake yesterday. So, not great. Not great for morale.
Maybe you're getting it out of the system early, better now than later.
Oh, for sure.
It's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm sure that at the end of the day, that not that long of being out of it, because I had to bail on a run last week, and this is where I should have known things were not great, because I didn't make it a mile. I made it a mile into the run. I didn't make it a mile before I realized I needed to stop, and then so once my antibiotics hit, it's over for you hoes. I mean, like I've been on antibiotics long enough that but once I'm done with my antibiotics,
you're gonna be on it.
Yeah, slowly but surely. So I'm not trying to pick up at Runfit Mama right where I left off. But yes, I am excited to be back at it because I obviously feel better when I am active and can be outside and enjoying, the outside and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. I have been going for some gentle walks on my treadmill recently. That's how I'm convincing myself to get out there. Also, our days have just been like crazy busy lately. Like tonight is an example. I've been up and at 'em since well before 8 a.m. It is now 9 p.m. So, and I haven't had a break. So it's been tough, but I'm trying to fit stuff in where I can. And I've also been like scouring the internet and Facebook Marketplace for dumbbells. So Got to get ready for that mixed training. I'm sorry, Renfit Mama, if I don't get everything done this week.
I should let her know I'm still alive. That's a good idea.
Yeah, maybe don't let the podcast be the reason she knows.
Yeah, perhaps.
All right. Luckily, no injuries, so nothing to report there. But we do have a new countdown to the next race. So we are under 100 days, 93 days until Disneyland Halloween Half Marathon 2025. We know you guys are out there training, grinding, ready to go. Hopefully, mostly like enjoying. I don't really love the like whole grinding thing, but sometimes that's what you do. So, if you are running either the 10K half or challenge at Disneyland Halloween Half Marathon weekend, then you've got 30 minutes on Tuesday and Thursday, or 30 to 45 minutes if you're running the challenge. 10K, you've got a 30-minute run with a magic mile in there. And for half beginner, half experienced, and challenge, you're all running 6.5 miles this weekend. So we wish you luck. You got this.
Indeed.
All right, we have 149 days until Wine and Dine Half Marathon Weekend 2025. We have 225 days until Marathon Weekend 2026. Your proof of time deadline is very quickly approaching. It is on June 15th, 2025. So check out that size chart and, put that in if you need to switch it.
Yeah, like our shirt deadline is the 15th.
What did I say?
POT.
Oh, lol. Yeah, that's your shirt. You got a little longer on the POT. Oops. Can you tell it's been a long day and it's chaotic?
I thought you were gonna just masterful. I thought you were gonna just scoop up oh.
Nope. But your proof of time, you got a little longer. It's July 1st, 2025. You have 247 days until Disneyland Half Marathon Weekend 2026. Shirt deadline is July 16th, 2025, and your proof of time deadline is August 1st, 2025. We have 275 days until Princess Half Marathon Weekend 2026. Club Run Disney registration is also quickly approaching on June 17th. 2025, and general registration is on June 24th, 2025. Do you think we'll get themes? Do you not think we'll get themes soon? They should be waiting in the eaves.
We're juggling two balls here, and one of them is the Halloween half medals, and the other are the princess themes. So my official prediction, which means this will be wrong, is that today, day of release, we will get the Halloween half medals. And then next week, we'll get the princess half themes. Again, that almost guarantees that I'm going to be wrong, and you're going to be like, at me. But that's okay.
We're okay with being wrong.
I'm totally fine with that. So YOLO, because it's kind of funny, TBH.
We have 325 days until Springtime Surprise Weekend 2026. Club Run Disney registration is on July 22nd, 2025, and general registration is July 29th, 2025, and that will be your last registration of the season. Isn't that wild?
Absolutely wild, honestly. One last little registration related thing is that Club Run Disney today starts your silver renewal. So if gold is open, you can upgrade to gold, and you have until June 9th next week to make your choice to stay at silver, go up to gold. During gold registration, platinum sold out in 10 minutes. So I don't think that platinum's going to be available. But again, happy to have some egg on my face. General registration begins next week on the 10th. So if you're looking to vie for a potential gold or even a silver spot for Club Run Disney, that's going to be your opportunity.
And if you need any help working your way through, whether it's worth it, whether it's not, or whatever, slide into the DMs and Natalie will help you out there.
Sure will.
All right, ready for some Disney news?
Oh, I'm ready. Big piece of Disney news we got this last week was that Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away will open at Magic Kingdom on July 20th, 2025. So Speculation Nation reigned supreme that we were going to get the nighttime parade in July based on how they had moved back Happily Ever After hour or times. So that's exciting.
The promo's looking snazzy.
Well, we obviously freak whenever we see Adobe anywhere, so duh. Yeah, it looks so good. I'm so excited to eventually get to see it. So due to that, annual pass holders are going to have to make a park pass reservation for all visits to Magic Kingdom in July of 25. Basically, I think it's pretty much till further notice, but it's until things settle down. So previously, it was just that after 2 on the weekdays, you didn't have to make a park pass for Magic Kingdom. And on weekends, you did have to make one as an annual pass holder. But you're going to have to make one in order to start at the Magic Kingdom. If you could hop, yes, you could start at Animal Kingdom and then hop over to Magic. That's not restricted, but I think they're trying to limit the chaos that'll come with the new parade. So keep an eye out on that. I don't know how things change if it's a good to go day or if it's just going to be within the rules. So we will report back when we find that out. Switching across to a different park.
Not Epic.
No, not that one. But RIP to Rip Ride Rocket. This attraction is going to close permanently at Universal Studios on August 18th.
To be fair, that ride is closed like all the time. Anyways, like it was always closed.
Yeah, I can't say, like, there are a few rides in this world that are truly one and dones for me, and that's one of them. I do not have a desire to try to get back on that.
I did enjoy it. Ben and I rode it. I don't think we rode it last year because I think it was closed. But I think we rode it the year before for Princess or something during one of the race weekends. And while very fun, it did jostle my head and give me a headache. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But I also might just be getting old.
Yeah, there's that part too. See, it's been 5 years since I rode it, and I felt jostled around at that time, and then I was 5 years younger. And I'm not going to give you all the percentage of my life, but you can do the math if you know me about how much younger I was. But the lady next to me was having a panic attack, and I felt really, really bad for her. And but also yeah, I can't say I'm excited to see what replaces it, but can't say I'm too sad to see it go. Okay, I guess I had to be a hater for a second. That could be somebody's Muppets, which closed this week. In happier news, another Universal thing is that Hagrid's is now on Express Pass for the first time.
Which is the most amazing news ever. It's the best ride in the whole park. I can't speak to Epic because I haven't been there yet, but of the other two, chef's kiss, my favorite ride in the whole place.
I still haven't been on it.
Well, now it's going to be a lot easier for you to get on.
True. Yeah, the one time since it opened that I was there, it was down the whole day. And we kept Maz and I kept pacing back around to see if it would maybe open.
Yeah.
No, didn't happen. So I'm excited to eventually get on that when I make a return to Universal.
Yeah. I would say, it's my personal opinion, obviously not everyone finds value in the same things, but if you are not a local and you're going to Universal for one day, the Express Pass is 1,000% worth how much you pay versus how much time you save on rides and stuff. And it's so much easier than what Disney is constantly changing about their process.
I don't think
it's very straightforward.
I don't think I've ever done Universal without Express, to be honest with you, because we would stay there. And then the one time when Maz and I went, we were so mad at ourselves. We should have just gotten a hotel room for the night before. So that at one of the resorts that include it. Because I think it probably would have been about the same, if not a little cheaper for us to do it. But we didn't think that far ahead. We also did it the day after the 10K. So again, didn't think very far ahead. Yeah. So.
Anywho, highly recommend. And now that the best park, in my opinion, or the best ride in the whole park, in my opinion, is on it, you should definitely go.
I'll make it back there soon. Maybe sooner than soon. I don't know. Time for a Disney fun fact. On June 3rd in 2011, Star Tours The Adventures Continue opens at Disneyland Park. And as a shocker, this is a few weeks after it opened at Hollywood Studios in Orlando. So we got it first. Boom. Booyah.
I have a question. Are you just going to skate over the whole Muppet Vision 3D closing?
Yeah. Yeah,
cool,
I am.
Cool. As part of the chaos, we're in denial and we're just not going to discuss it.
Yeah.
Tiny violin music.
Yes, tiny violin. Yeah, we might have some audio for next week. I can't believe we're here. Okay, we are here at the last operating week of the last Muppet project that Jim Henson actually worked on. Okay, like they're putting Statler and Waldorf in a retirement home this week. Like, that sucks. And I'm not happy about it. They're gonna Old Yeller Sweetums, and I don't like it. So yes, we're skating over that.
Okay, let's move on to something happier then. Our theoretical world where we can run in places that don't truly exist, except they do in our imagination. Imagination. Is that from SpongeBob? Which is not a Disney thing, but you know.
It's okay. We're mismatching here. Also, I was thinking of Figment, so I was thinking.
Oh, that's good too.
I don't know if I want to run through that world, if I'm being real with you.
I don't think anyone should want to run through that.
There's a lot going on there, and I'm not exactly sure if I want to find out what's in the Touch Lab. Or taste. I don't know if I'm on the menu there.
No, thank you. I have enough. We have enough tastes to navigate, and running with salt and all the mysterious flavors of goo. We're good.
Yep, we're good.
All right. What do you think is your first one? I mean, we mentioned the 100 Acre Woods as like a good example. So, get that ready in your mind.
Yes. So there's like a lot going on here, because there are places that'd be really cool to run through, but like, is there the implicit danger? Like, if I think Star Wars, for example, there's a lot of really cool places, but like, if I run through Naboo and I'm going to, get like wrecked by Gungans or droids, or like, is this a safe place? Because I have to take the Death Star off the list, because that thing is liable to blow up at any point.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I think that it'd be super duper cool to be able to run through, imagine like through when they jump into the painting in Mary Poppins.
Oh,
and like that fantasy world, that like whole fantasy world for supercalifragilistic. Yes, I think that's my first one. Or even just Mary Poppins in general. Like, I would run past Cherry Tree Lane like the whole bit, but like we would have to jump into, I don't know, mile 2. We jump into the painting and we then get all the shenanigans that happen around there.
Dang. Okay. I feel like my first like one that I want to put out there is not as creative as yours, but I just want to claim it before you have a chance.
Oh God.
Is I would drive, or not drive, lol. I would want to run through Motunui from Moana, but like I can kind of simulate that by just going to Alani.
Okay, also true. Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
So yeah, I mean, it would be gorgeous. Thus, from what we have learned, does not seem quite very, there's really not much danger. It would definitely be a struggle running on any sand, but in the trees and stuff and like climbing the mountain, we can get a serious workout going.
That's true.
And then I get to stand at the top and like shout that I did it. Get some epic pictures for the gram.
Got to put your rock upon the as the
Yeah,
chief.
I'm the new chief. If you make it to the top of the mountain, you can be the chief.
This is a sidebar, and this doesn't actually count, but like I think Chief and now I think Grey's Anatomy, and I don't think I want to run anywhere near that hospital. But I don't know if they've had some runners on or like runner related stories.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I don't think I want to play. I don't want to hear chasing cars playing anywhere near me.
Mm.
Honestly,
Mhm.
no. But now that's my new dramatic. When I'm not feeling good, I just start playing chasing cars to Mr. Natalie.
Nice.
Which it's a little messed up because
Yeah.
not
Okay.
happy. But I have to be feeling pretty not good for that though. Anyway,
Mhm.
okay. I'm gonna think of a different. Because like I don't know if it's necessarily that I want to meet certain characters or people or just like really scenic.
Mhm. I feel like most of mine are centered around scenic and lack of danger, but
Yeah, lack of danger is good. So that's why I'm staying far away from the Grey's Anatomy's hospital
yeah,
and
I'm
all of
staying
its names.
far away from the bayou of New Orleans because I don't want to get eaten by a gator.
But they're not the eating type. They're the instrument playing type.
I
But you'll
think
fight
I
them.
think Louis is the exception to the rule, though.
That is true. That is so true. So I think I'm going to have to claim I want to run through the mine in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs
Ooh,
because
that
I
is
want to.
potentially dangerous, but
It is potentially
also
dangerous.
probably glittery and beautiful.
Super glittery and beautiful. Dopey's hanging around the corner. And what else could you want? Like, yes, like, will Grumpy like hurl an insult at me? Maybe. Well, no, he's not like, he's grumpy. He's not rude. It's not Rudy. So, I'll just, bashful, like, doesn't want to be seen, but he's like, what? I think that would be fun. Like a fun run, like a like a scavenger hunt 5K
Mm,
through the mine.
yeah, that could be very fun.
And I get to see Dopey.
Yeah.
So
And there's probably something like, if Snow White's at home in the cottage, then maybe there's something tasty at the end.
true. Just
What do you
no
think
apple.
Snow White's snack box looks like?
Ooh.
Not apple. You're
Yeah,
never
no.
gonna get an apple. That's for sure.
Gooseberry pie for sure. That's her thing. I feel like she's a practical girly though with that. So she just has like pretzels in there because she's like, yeah, like something elaborate, but like also something practical.
Yeah.
She just has like pretzels 'cause she's like, yeah, like it's got sodium, it's got carbohydrates, like that's it.
Mhm.
Um, that's her personal snack box.
Do you think she could make her own plastic cheese, but like not plastic?
Oh, she definitely can make her own plastic cheese for sure. Like copycat recipe at home that like actually is probably better, but like doesn't hit the same way as like when you're covered in
Mhm.
sweat and salt in Florida.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm. Yeah, I want to try that. I also feel like, you know, I I don't know that it's necessarily like canon in the movies or whatever, but I assume that they have access to like honey and such. I bet they could make like a little sweet something from honey, like either like honey roasted nuts or honey roasted something, maybe a honey candy. I don't know.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think her snack box would be pretty A plus.
Yeah,
She's got a lot to work with in the Enchanted Forest.
and a lot of friends to summon things for her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. I feel like I'm kind of torn. It's kind of the same, I guess, but I feel like mm, so like Neverland / Pixie Hollow.
Ooh,
I feel like that'd be quite the adventure. A lot of different people. A lot of, maybe all the Lost Boys will go on a run. It'll be a group run, just like chaos run, really. The whole thing would be a fartlek because I think that's all they're
no
capable
structure
of.
whatsoever.
Yeah. And then maybe we'll turn into triathletes and go swim with the mermaids. And I don't think they have bikes there, but one can dream. We'll go taunting Hook, and maybe because there's lots of pixies, not just Tinkerbell. Just Tinkerbell, depending on if she sees me as a threat or not for whatever reason, might be a little poo-poo about it. But I feel like maybe the fairies might give us just a little sprinkle of pixie dust to carry us through to the end.
I like it.
Yeah. Then maybe we could run like above the island.
Ooh,
Quite the view.
that would be.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah. And I feel like just enough hypothetical danger. Depends on how close we get to Hook.
Well, I can't get all of you at the same time, so.
That's true. There is an alligator that we got to work out, or a crocodile. Is he a crocodile? He's a crocodile, right?
Yeah, he's TikTok Croc, yeah.
Yeah. We got to watch out for him, but should be pretty good.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, that snack box is just straight candy.
Oh, absolutely. You can't expect anything else from children.
No.
Is it like kind of cheating? Because I'm thinking like I'd like.
I don't think there is any cheating. We invented the rules for this.
True that. I was going to say, I was like, I guess Mr. Natalie is the game master, but he would probably ban this because he hates Nemo. He hates Finding Nemo as an IP.
All the more reason to do it.
But like it's kind of like swimming through, like assuming that I could like breathe and stuff.
Yeah.
Like swimming, like run swimming through all the seas and stuff.
Oh, so you're gonna aqua jog?
Yes, I'm aqua jogging. So smart. I'm aqua jogging to P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. So
dang, that's gonna be quite the workout with the current and everything.
Oh, it's taking.
Or do you think it's if you're going with it, right? Yeah.
I'm going with the flow.
Crush will be so proud.
Now I got that song stuck in my head from the musical.
Imagine it for yourselves. We can't play it for you.
Yes, we don't want copyright strikes. That's not nice.
All right. I feel like Toontown. I feel like one, we would be cartoons, obviously.
Yes.
So that's the dream. Maybe if we're two-dimensional, then two-dimensional-ish, maybe it makes it easier to run. Also, I feel like the laws of physics in Toontown are not super solid, which also could aid in our endeavor. Maybe it'll be like running on the moon, sort of like a bounce situation,
True.
I'm just envisioning like Goofy's dance, as you so beautifully demonstrated while we were waiting in a queue to meet some characters. It just supports, it's some evidence that gravity has got something's off in Toontown, and I want to use that to my advantage.
Yeah, he gets down.
Yeah, I mean, that's most of my evidence. I think it would be fun to be a cartoon. I guess, we could be assuming that we're going to be a cartoon at all of these, minus Mary Poppins, but I just feel like you couldn't enter Toontown without being a cartoon.
That's so true. Like you gotta fit in.
Like at least, Neverland, whatever, they're like, even though it's obviously like a drawn cartoon, like if you were in it, it would be like real the way it would be if we were in Mary Poppins, I feel like. But Toontown, no, we would be actual cartoon characters.
Ooh, what's something ridiculous that you would have your cartoon do that like a stereotypical cartoon thing?
Oh dear. I'd probably have some kind of like spin pose, Every character has to have their pose. So I would probably have some kind of, ballerina-esque, not the most graceful, but ballerina-esque spin. And then, yeah, I don't know exactly what pose I would strike, but maybe like we can't. That's a lie. I'm a millennial. I know exactly what pose I would strike. But I'd like to pick something else. I do not want to strike a pose by putting one arm up and one on my hip.
Oh my god. I was gonna say, like, what, are you gonna hit a sorority squat?
Yeah, maybe
Because
that.
that'll never die.
No, I was thinking about how whenever we there's the sorority squat, and when we line up, we put one hand on our hip because it makes your
Yep.
arm look good or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, but in Pokemon, when they do their bump out of the characters, they're like hiya or
Yeah.
whatever. I'd be like an anime character in that way.
Wait, I love that.
So I think that, and then I have to have a catchphrase probably or something, but it might just be like, you could do it. I don't know.
Where's the cheese?
I don't think I'm obsessed with the plastic cheese enough for that to be my catchphrase.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to brainstorm. Please let us know what you think our catchphrases would be. We would love to hear your input.
Oh, good lord.
What pose would you strike if you were a cartoon? Do they have real food in cartoons?
I would say it's probably cartoon food for cartoon characters, but
I'm obsessed with figuring out what the snack box would be in all of these imaginary worlds.
oh yes.
Sorry, I cut you off. What would your pose be?
I didn't get that far. Well, see, I feel like my signature cartoon thing is like my eyes bugging out of my head. Like, are you kidding? Like,
Yeah.
that's just kind of how we're going through life sometimes. And the pose, I don't know. I'm trying to think of poses that I do often. Oh my god, wait, we should cartoonify some of our race photos.
Oh yeah.
Except I'm gonna end up doing my bad race photos, like my photo pass fail photos, and we're gonna lose the plot here. Like ones where I where like there's a failure to launch because I didn't actually get off the ground when I jumped. Yeah, I feel like
that could
kind
be very
fits,
funny
though.
in cartoon form, though. Like possibly even funnier than in real life.
Yes, honestly. Instagram versus reality. I just happen to show it all. Yeah, I think that's kind of on brand though. Like just kind of like some sort of like, I don't know if I have a signature pose. It's just like, oh no, that's a Natalie pose. It just happens, and it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Chaotic, keeping you on your toes. A little spunk to boot. Yeah, I don't have a catchphrase either.
Yeah.
Somebody is yelling at their phone, car, whatever. Like, you definitely have a couple catchphrases. So let me know what you think mine is.
It's always other people who know. You never are aware of the things you say over and over again. And then someone points it out and you're like, oh, yeah, I guess I do say that a lot.
It's when other people start picking up what I say, or my husband and I will like trade off certain things, or you and I will trade off certain things. Like, I love the word yeet. I am a big fan of bringing yeet back into circulation, and I never stop loving yeet because it's just a specific type of like getting rid of something. You yeet it. So
my coworker, it's fine that I say this because she thinks it's hilarious now. But back when there was not that many of us in the office, we all sat together because otherwise you felt like you were just like in an empty office building all alone, which was not the most fun. And she has catchphrases, that's for sure. And one day, without telling her, we made a bingo card of all of her catchphrases and passed it out to everyone except her.
That is hysterical.
And we told her later, and she thought it was hilarious, and she loved it. And so then we started making bingo cards for each other and stuff. But yeah, for a little while, we were playing bingo with things that she would say at the office. It was great.
Oh my god, that is so funny. Yeah, I'm thinking some of my work ones are whenever I can't replicate an error on like a system error or something like that, I'm like, dance monkey, dance. Because I'm always trying to show somebody like, this is what happened. Dance monkey, dance. And I can't make it happen. Like, okay, well, I guess the monkey never dances when you're sharing your screen to show someone.
Yeah.
It do be that way. It really, really do. Ooh, down to the last two. Mm-hmm. Not that this is a ranked list, but...
yeah, these are in no particular order.
They're like, as they kind of just pop in. I love the Toontown one. I quite love that. It's funny because like all these different like Disney IPs or just movie and stuff like that are like popping into my head. Like I don't think I actually need to be the only human in a world of cars. Um, like I don't.
Yeah.
That would be kind of weird. That'd be like actually pretty weird. I don't. I'm actually not even that interested in it. But I am curious about some of the mechanics back there. Not curious enough though, because that also sounds dangerous for me to be the only human in a world of cars.
Yeah,
I don't know.
do you think similarly to Toon Down, do you think you turn into a car?
Oh, okay. If that's the case, I still don't think I want to be a car. But
If you could be a car, what car would you be?
ooh,
This
is
is
it
this is just a little aside, you know.
is it bad that like I'd want to be my car? I love my
No,
car.
you must really like your car.
I love my car. Um, it's I have a Toyota, a Rav4. I love my car, and I think Mr. Natalie would say he would want to be his car, um,
Wow.
which is not a Toyota.
Yeah.
He drives a Subaru, so I don't know. I'd want to be my car. It's like I feel like it kind of just is kind of on brand. We're like built for safety, lots of space, lots of trunk space. I'm okay that I don't go the fastest, but I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Well, yes, a long. I'm here for a
No,
good time
yeah.
and a long time, just not a fast time. Okay, I think I've lollygagged long enough. No thoughts, just vibes. Why am I only thinking of Pixar now too? Like I don't want to be one of the humans in Wall-E. They're not. They're
Yeah,
canonically
absolutely
not great.
No,
Like,
the only way you pick Wally is if you get to be a robot.
oh, Wall-E is so cute. I love him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm obsessed with him. I'm also like thinking around my valley in Dreamlight Valley.
Yeah, do you
And
want to go to Monsters Inc? Do you want to be a monster?
do
That
I get to
sounds like
fight Sully?
sure.
Do I get to maybe not destroy him, but like just send him away? Because if so, I will take one for the team.
I mean, if you become a monster and somehow, you play the long game, you become the president of the university so that you can expel him, or you become the president of Monsters Inc., then you could fire him. You could do whatever you want.
Done. Absolutely done. I'm here. I think I've talked about why I have a disdain for Sully before on this. I think that has made it to the main clip. But if he grunts at me one more time while I'm trying to enjoy my fun little cozy comfy game, I swear to God. Yes, I'm gonna do that. I'm going to run through Monsters Inc. land, and I guess speaking of the Muppets, I guess that's what's going to tear down my boy, and absolutely shoot Sam Eagle out of the sky is Monstropolis. But I am going to take one for the team, and I am going to teach Sully some manners. Stop grunting at me. The end. And get some cardio done while I do it.
Nice. I want to pick Atlantis because obviously when we talked about like our dream themes, I said that like if they made a race weekend that was Atlantis, you could take all of my money, all of the things. I will be there. I will find a way. So I feel like obviously I would very much like the opportunity. That is a very dangerous journey though, making it to Atlantis. But I feel like they've got some pretty stellar running paths at this point because they all looked like they were pretty fit. And there's not much going on around there. It's not like they've got anywhere to go. So trading Motunui one island for another.
Yeah, we've got an island motif happening at the moment, which I love.
It's on the mind. I want to go on vacation, apparently.
Felt.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I feel that I'm trying to think of like more creative ones where we would become like animals or whatever. Because I'm just assuming now at this point that if you go somewhere where they don't have humans, like you become whatever to fit in.
True. Like if you went to the Lion King universe.
Oh, Tron.
Ooh.
There we go. I want to run through. What's it called? Why am I blanking now all of a sudden? I want to say the Matrix, even though I know that's not right. Thank you.
I was like, that's the only thing I do know because
the
of
grid.
the ride.
I want to run through the grid. I think that would be so fun. I wish, honestly, I think, obviously they made the roller coaster and stuff, but I think if they made like a Tron like laser tag or something, I'd be
Whoa.
so down. I know we're on a tangent now, but like, wouldn't that be so cool?
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going there. My outfit would be freaking awesome. I would like to. I know that like the good people are blue and the bad people are red, but I would be purple. I would be unique in that way. That my outfit, my glowy fit would glow purple. Yeah, and I feel like we could like invent some pretty stellar stuff in there because you could do whatever you want in the grid.
True.
You just sort of have to believe. And they turn off gravity and stuff when they're fighting, so like maybe we can turn down turn down the gravity. We could make the ground bouncy so that our knees don't hurt.
True.
Yeah, add some extra cushion.
Oh, the super shoes there gotta be like
Right? The fanciest super shoes that we will never know in this world.
true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, that's my next one is Tron. I want to run through the grid.
That sounds awesome. See, because I'm a deeply unserious person sometimes, I just oscillate between being serious and unserious. Like I think my last vote is going to be through through Hercules. But like
Oh
the safe
yeah,
parts.
obviously.
But a couple things I was thinking, I was like, oh, it'd be kind of cool to go through Hunchback. That's just Paris.
Yeah, yeah.
That's Paris, and you can do that. You
Mm-hmm.
can quite literally do that. I'm like, whoa, like it could be really cool, like Tarzan. I'm like, I think there's probably some jungles you can run through.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm thinking of all these things where it's like, no, you could literally actually do that. So like you could flex the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that like going in between um ancient Greece, like at the human side, and then also getting to go all the way up to
Mm-hmm.
where all the gods are would be super duper cool. And then that would be the dopest snack box. You would have to probably be like on the lookout for some of the lore with ancient Greece there, but Phil would get me in shape for that.
We're gonna have ambrosia. The gods are gonna be looking down upon us. We're gonna eat the food of the gods.
Indeed, and you will just go that distance. Beat those odds.
Yeah. That's a good one. So we have one more.
Yes.
Oh, I better make it a good one. Okay, so technically it's kind of not a made up world. I mean, it kind of is cuz like the movie is based on the ride and what if ghosts were real and I ran through the haunted mansion and the grounds of the haunted mansion with the ghosts? Maybe I am a ghost.
Eddie Murphy version or the new version?
I'd like to say the Eddie Murphy version because I think the ghosts are less terrifying.
And Eddie Murphy's there, so.
The ghosts in the new one are much more vengeful.
Oh yeah.
It's scary, and there's like some serious, like real New Orleans voodoo going on.
Ah. I still haven't seen it, if you can't tell.
Yeah. So I would definitely pick the Eddie Murphy version. Yeah. I mean, obviously it's like a different story and stuff, but yeah, Eddie Murphy.
It's so funny because I was definitely thinking, I was like, it'd be kind of cool to like run through the haunted mansion, like run through the entire mansion.
Right?
But I was like, yeah, I'd rather fight Sully and put him in his place and teach him some manners.
Totally fair. I did also think about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids running through the backyard, like through the giant blades of grass and stuff. I think that could be pretty fun.
Oh, that is such a good one.
Right? Because I can still remember back when it was MGM, before it was Hollywood, and they had like the backlot stuff, and they sort of had like, was it like a walkthrough or something? And you could walk through set for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
It was a playground.
Yeah. I just like, I couldn't remember exactly what it was, but I remember viscerally being there.
Mr. Natalie's going to get a kick out of that because he's like, yeah, the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids playground. I'm like,
so
yeah.
there's also like a where is it? I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some Googling because there's like a kids museum that has a very similar exhibit about
Ooh.
like where they, shrink you down and you walk. But it's like obviously they're trying to teach you about bugs and ecosystems and stuff. But
Oh,
like
I
it's
love
the
that.
same experience. Like they make everything gigantic. So as you walk around and learn about those things, it's that same experience. Have to find. I hope that still exists. Maybe they got rid of it.
Oh, that would be so sad. Just like the Honey I Shrunk the Kids. Like,
Yeah. So we definitely did more than 5 because it's so hard to choose. There's so many places. And I feel like the more we sit here and think about it, the more places we think of.
oh yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking like how to like stepping into the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, like little
Hmm.
universe there.
I
That'd be
think that's sort
so
of how I
cool.
got to Toontown.
Yeah.
Like vaguely was like that. Yeah. You wouldn't want to run through the Muppets. You don't want to become a Muppet and run through the Muppet world. I mean,
So
there's also humans in I don't know.
wait, okay, if I could be the sole or the sole human amongst the Muppets, a la Muppets Christmas Carol,
Hmm.
where the one human played the role as seriously as he could. Like he went in. I think Michael
Yeah.
Caine. He went in like full dramatic acting chops. Although I would kind of want to be a Muppet, be like really cute. Um, like I could be besties with Miss Piggy.
Hmm.
Um, so that I can also be besties with Kermie and like I'm not like, and yeah, I would want I would, but also there's kind of some danger there, like the whole Muppet Vision 3D, like is a
Hmm.
little misunderstandings can seem to like cause some issues. We'll need to like unload the Swedish chef back there, make sure that he's, happy. But yeah, I was thinking of Muppets.
And like we didn't say anything about Toy Story. Like I feel like if we got to be a toy, not a human, that could be pretty fun.
I'm gonna be the Lego that Bonnie steps on.
Oh.
Okay, I actually don't actually subscribe to like the idea that Bonnie's a villain. Um she's she's like a 5-year-old. Like but
Yeah.
like I don't actually subscribe to Bonnie was the villain in Toy Story. But no. That's a kid, like kids are
Hmm.
kids, like whatever. But I won't be the Lego she steps on. Well, she
So
deserves it. I'll be the Lego Sully steps on.
yeah. I feel like there's so many we missed. So if we didn't talk about your favorite world and where you would want to live, please let us know.
Or
Um
run through.
yeah, run through, enjoy. If you have got a really good pitch, maybe we can bring you on and you could tell us all about it on the pod.
Yes. Design your Run Disney race
Yeah.
through there.
That's all I got. Pure chaos.
Indeed. Well, I think that's an episode. If you enjoyed listening to our show, please leave us a review and a 5-star rating. We love reading your reviews out loud, and you might even be featured on a future podcast episode. We have a community spotlight on our Instagram at Stride Sisters Podcast. If you want to be featured for a Metal Monday, Finish Line Friday, or any accomplishment you'd like to celebrate, send us a picture via our social media platforms or our email. And to continue the fun, join us on our Facebook page. All the ways to connect with us can be found in the show notes. Thanks for listening. Until our next adventure, we're wishing you endless miles of magic and memories. See you next time.